Things you don't know about Pope Francis. He was a trained chemist before becoming a priest. Before he wore the papal white, Pope Francis wore a lab coat. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio, he studied chemistry and worked in a food science lab in Buenos Aires. This scientific background helped shape his practical, logical way of thinking. Even later in life, his interest in science influenced how he spoke about climate change and health. Not many popes had experience mixing chemicals before preaching faith. He chose simplicity over luxury. When he became pope in 2013, Francis broke a major tradition. Instead of moving into the Grand Apostolic Palace, he chose to live in a modest guest house called Casa Santa Marta. He also drove around in simple cars and wore basic robes. His message was clear: being close to the people mattered more than luxury. This decision made him stand out instantly. People saw him as humble and grounded. He loved tango and soccer. Francis had a fun side too. Growing up in Argentina, he loved dancing the tango and cheering for his favorite football club, San Lorenzo. Even as Pope, he stayed connected to his roots, sometimes joking about matches and even receiving team jerseys. His passion for the game made him feel relatable, especially to younger generations. He proved that faith and fun could go hand in hand. First Pope from the Americas and the Southern Hemisphere. In 2013, Francis made history in many ways. He became the first Pope from Latin America, the first from the Southern Hemisphere, and the first Jesuit to ever hold the title. His background brought a fresh voice to the Vatican. He spoke for the poor and the global South, people who were often overlooked. His election marked a big shift in the Church's identity. For millions, it felt like their voices were finally being heard at the top. He built bridges between religions. Francis wasn't just focused on Catholics. He wanted peace across all faiths. He met with leaders of Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, and even atheists. In 2019, he signed a historic document promoting peace with the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar. For many, he became a symbol of unity. In a world often split by religion, Francis showed that kindness and respect could bring people together. He cared deeply about the environment. In 2015, Pope Francis wrote Laudato Si', a powerful letter urging everyone to protect the planet. He said the Earth was our common home, and it was in danger. His message reached beyond the Church, earning praise from scientists and activists around the world. He talked about climate change, pollution, and the responsibility of richer nations. He lived simply until the end. Even after becoming one of the most recognized faces in the world, Francis stayed true to his simple lifestyle. He carried his own bag, refused bodyguards, and often made surprise visits to those in need. When he got sick in 2025, he chose to stay in his small Vatican apartment instead of moving to a hospital. His final Easter blessing just a day before his passing was a moment of calm and grace.